Hey, bub, I'm Wolverine, and I'm the best at what I do. And what I do is spoil movies. So if you don't want to get spoiled, go watch this video, okay? And don't tell Lincoln I'm doing this, but Adamantium Rage! Man, I love the Top the Fourth Wall. Alright, go play the awesome theme song. I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero. What's up, YouTube? Balboa here with Adamantium Claws, and I'm here to review the X-Men Wolverine movie. Now, I know I shouldn't have had the X-Men, but hey, whatever. So, the Wolverine movie was by far one of the most spectacular movies I've seen this year. This was an amazing, and I do mean amazing, movie. This movie did so much right, and I have very few complaints about this movie. And it's mainly because I did go in with very low expectations, because X-Men Origins Wolverine. I mean, only reason that movie existed was to get a really awesome 3 3/4 inch Deadpool figure, which is on my shelf, right there. You can't see it, but trust me, it's on my shelf. And, yeah, this movie was just mind-blowingly amazing. I didn't buy any toys because the toys look like crap, but this movie was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, it's a good Wolverine movie, and they didn't want Deadpool. Hallelujah! So, yeah. There are a lot of things that make this movie extremely well. And I have very few complaints about the movie. I mean, it's just a really well done movie. So, let's talk about some of the things that I enjoyed. And then I'll talk about the problems. Because I know no movie is perfect. Not even Avengers is perfect. But, let's see. For one, all of the casting was perfect. I had no complaints with the casting. It all fit. That guy who plays Wolverine, and I do apologize for not remembering his name, he is a great actor, and he is perfect for the role of Wolverine. He does not only a great job of portraying Wolverine, but just acting as Wolverine, and it's just so cool to see him act. So, Wolverine, perfect. No problems there. Every time I see him, either in the X-Men movies, X-Men Origins Wolverine, and even that cameo in First Class, he did a really good job. So, I guess the main villain, he did good. I enjoyed his performance. The main villainess, the doctor, nurse, mutant person, at the end she kind of looked like Enchantress, I will admit that, but she did a good job. Not many complaints with her. The other two female actors, which I apologize for getting their names both in the movie and in real life, they did a good job. I have no real problems with their performance. Storyline, I guess we'll talk about that next. The story was really good, very enjoyable. It does bring up one of my complaints with the movie, was it should have actually taken place not after the events of X-Men 3, Last Stand, but should have taken the events, well, should have happened after X-Men Origins Wolverine. Only because it leaves some questions. Why did he leave the School for the Gifted? Why did he leave the X Academy? Why did he do this? Why did he do this? Why is he... Yeah, he's depressed that he had to kill Phoenix, a.k.a. Jean Grey, but... Yeah, I understand that, but still, don't leave the Academy because you're depressed. You have a responsibility to the X-Men Academy, which is a big problem when you start thinking about it. I mean, who's in charge of it? Is it Storm? I mean, that would be the most logical guess, but I don't know. Next, that was the big problem. That was one of the big problems I have with the movie, because you start thinking about that, that really doesn't make any sense. Also, why is he living in the mountains? That's just... Why? Why? That's one plot hole. The other thing was with the portrayal of the Silver Samurai. I will talk about that because a lot of people who are huge, diehard fans of the Silver Samurai will probably not like how they portrayed him. It's kind of an adamantium mech suit, which is cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. And I admit, I don't know much about the Silver Samurai. I just know he's an enemy of Wolverine, he could teleport, and he wears a magic samurai armor and a magic ring, I believe. That's it. I'm not a huge fan of him. So, if you are a huge fan of the Silver Samurai, you will not like this movie, because the portrayal of him is completely different from the comics. Let's see. One thing I always admire about Wolverine, and it extremely well portrays this in this movie, is his incredible willpower. Wolverine as a character has incredible will. He will not give up. And that's one thing that I admire about Wolverine. And incredibly shows just how much will he has to keep going on. I mean, even to the point where his powers are taken away to some extent, he still won't give up. And that's what I love about Wolverine. He's just that cool. And he has that much willpower. You know what? He'll probably make a cool Green Lantern. Seriously, someone will actually write that comic. Give him, like, his claws. He can make willpower claws that are, like, giant 50 feet anime weapons. That'd be so cool. Someone get on that. And give me partial credit, because I inspired you. But, yeah, that would be actually really cool. But back to the movie. I really like that about Wolverine. And, by the way, how he got his powers taken away, how did the chick know that he was hallucinating, that she was Jean Grey? Like, how did she know that? Was that an unexplained mutant power? Also, how did that thing actually stop his regenerative powers? He still had the claws and the super sense, but his regenerative powers got shut down. I mean, yeah, the thing was hooked up to his heart, but was it hooked up to the veins, to the nervous system? I'm not a biologist by any means, but I do know about the human body. I took biology. And I'm pretty sure that the nervous system that controls healing and stuff doesn't work with your heart, it's with your brain. Plus the scene where he cut open his chest and tried to get the thing out. Why didn't he go into shock? A normal human would go into shock. Then again, he's Wolverine. Also, was that red chick a mutant because she knew when people were dying? So is she a mutant or something? Whatever. Oh yeah, the biggest problem with me in this movie is that he lost the metal claws. They got chopped off by an adamantium sword on fire, which is pretty awesome. And they got clean cut off. And then he went back to bones. Personally, I hate the bone claws. I love the metal claws. But the bone claws have to exist for the metal claws to make sense. So I do acknowledge their existence, but personally, I never was a big fan of them. So yeah, he loses the metal claws, which is... wow. I honestly did not see that coming at all. Oh yeah. With the scene where he chops off his, he not chops off, but he cuts into his chest to get that thing away from his heart. If you look closely to when they zoom in on his face and he's talking, if you look closely onto the back, you'll see someone walking in the background. It's actually kind of funny. So, be aware of that. And, yeah, I think that's really it. I mean, everything about this movie was just phenomenal. Very few complaints. One of my favorite scenes in the movie was the fight scene on the bullet train. That was just so badass. I mean, that was just awesome. One of the best fight scenes I've seen in a movie this year. I like it that much. It is just awesome. Alright, so we got some time, so I think I will talk about the ending of the movie. And this is the huge spoiler of it. This is the one that comes after the credits, okay? So, yeah, let's talk about it. For one, we all saw Magneto at the end of X3 regaining his powers. So the fact that he uses them, that's not a big shock. But here's the thing that will make you crap your pants. In the end of X-Men 3, Charles Xavier died because of the Phoenix, technically Jean Grey, because she let him up and then used her psychic kinetic powers to split him molecule by molecule, atom by atom, into a cloud of dust. And he died. Obviously. He comes back to life. He's in the wheelchair. He talks to Logan. It is mind-blowingly insane. Absolutely insane. How cool that was. I almost crapped my pants. I was just like, wait, what? Like my brain went on overload. Like my mind was about to go all over the place. It is amazing. And what I love about this is this sets up perhaps the next best X-Men movie, which is no doubt going to be about the Sentinels. That's right, because Magneto says there's something more powerful than we can handle that will destroy us. Or something along the lines of that. Which is mind-bogglingly awesome! They're going to do the Sentinels! I'm a huge fan of the Sentinels. Always have been, always will be. And the Sentinels are the incredible part about the X-Men that just shows how over the top the government would go to, and almost hypocritical they are about mutants. The way they treat mutants is that one mutant does a crime, they all have to go in jail when it's not the mutant's physical appearance or like his powers that determine if he's evil. It's his character, his heart. It's all that stuff that determines if he's evil and what he'll do. So the fact that the Sentinels, like, they find you, you're stripped of your American citizen rights. Like, you're stripped of them, you'll be in jail for the rest of your life, basically. That's how they work. So the fact that they are now exploring the Sentinel idea, which was actually kind of referenced and had a little Easter egg in X3 with the Sentinel head in the beginning of the movie, it is just absolutely awesome. And that's the only way I can think it'd be done. Otherwise, the only one that I think they're talking about is Apocalypse, the first and most powerful mutant of all, which, if that's what it is going to be so cool. But yeah, they really did set up a incredible end, which I am really looking forward to the next X-Men movie. And it's just going to be so cool. I mean, I'm already geeking out over it. And one thing that did bother me with the Bone Claws is that I'm hoping in the future X-Men movies they figure out a way to get him to return to the adamantium claws. That way he's stronger and able to cut through more things, and he's more effective in battle. But Wolverine's pretty deadly already, even with Bone Claws. He's just more deadly with metal. The only way I think they could do it is Magneto was to encase his Bone Claws in some adamantium shards, or he went through the process again. That's really the only way I could imagine it happening. But I hope they get the Metal Claws back, because I'm a big fan of them. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the Wolverine movie. It is a fantastic, phenomenal, must-see movie for X-Men and even Marvel fans and Avenger fans. Seriously, you guys gotta see this movie. It is phenomenal. And I can't wait till the next X-Men movie, because hopefully it will be about the Sentinels or even Apocalypse. That would just be so cool if it's about Apocalypse. Alright, so I'm done geeking out. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know what you guys thought of the movie. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Why would you hate it? Actually, I understand why you would hate it. But just let me know that stuff. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, in case you haven't. On Facebook, I post skits a few days early in advance about the review I'm doing. And on Twitter, I also post pictures of toys I buy. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. Until then, see ya. And just because I can, Adamantium Rage! Seriously, if you guys haven't watched Atop the Fourth Wall, watch it. It's funny.